A tanker hits an iceberg, sending thousands of barrels of oil onto the surface of the ocean. What's the relationship between the number of gallons of oil lost, X, and the diameter, Y, of the oil spill? What will we use in this activity to model the situation? Well, to model our gallons of oil, to model 1 gallon of oil, we're going to use 1 Cheerio. Cheerios? We'll just leave it like that. Is that okay? How are we going to measure the diameter of this spill? What do you think is the best way to measure a Cheerio? Inches or centimeters? Probably centimeters would be better because it's a little bit more accurate, isn't it? Not accurate than inches, but you can get smaller. You okay with that? So we're going to say it's the diameter still, but we're going to talk about it in centimeters. Okay? So here's what you're going to do. 1 gallon of oil. I'm going to zoom in so you can see better. Is how far across? What do you think? 1.2? Okay. So 1 gallon is 1.2 centimeters, right? So what happens if I put 2 drops of oil in the water? When I put 1 drop of oil in water, does it make a square? Why not? Surface tension says it should make a circle, right? Or something round, right? Because that's like as close as it can. That's some physics information, right? It's round, okay? So if I put 2 drops of oil, do they stay separate like this? What do? They merge into a bigger circle, right? Can we do that with Cheerios? No. So what shape do I need to make, though? I still need to make something that's round, right? There was my original Cheerio. What about that? Is that round? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 gallons of oil represented by my Cheerios. What's my diameter? 3.8? We okay with 3.8? Okay. So 3.8. And I'm going to continue adding Cheerios around the edge to make another circle. I would recommend that you count as you go, because right here, 7's not a big deal, but you're going to get up to 60 and 70 Cheerios. You don't want to be individually counting all those. So start with 7 and put the next one is 8, and the next one is 9, and so on. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. Record your number of gallons, record your distance across. Okay. Then you're going to plot it on this graph, and you may want to plot it on this graph later because this takes a bit of time. And so time-wise, we definitely want to be able to get to the questions at the bottom during class. So you may want to do this later at the end of class or maybe at home. Okay? And then you're going to need to answer the questions at the bottom. But the good news is this. Find a rule for d of x, and d of x equals a times the square root of x. Does that seem familiar at all? Oh, yeah, from yesterday, right? So do you remember how to make a scatter plot in your calculator to find a? Yes? Okay. If you don't, you can ask questions or look back at yesterday's video, right? Okay. And then answer each the questions 2 and 3. And hopefully we'll have time at the end of the period to talk about some things about this activity. And we'll go from there, okay?